Oh my god. I don't know. My next period is my favorite subject ever.
Who's that? Who's that?
I forgot her name. No, yes. Her, the sub. The lady there is my favorite ever. She's my favorite.
Wait, is there a microwave in that box?
It should be good.
There. How many monkeys up on the bed?
I love microwaves.
My little monkey jumping on the bed. One little doggy man bucked his head. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed.
Alright. So this is how this is gonna look. Listen, it's gonna be in Google Classroom. I have not posted it yet, but it will be. Okay. So I recommend, guys, when you're doing the quiz, this is super easy. As long as you did the quiz or did the warm-ups exactly like I've been asking you to, with the dates, the questions, and the answers, this should be super easy, great.
Is it Google Classroom? Yes. Perfect.
Literally just like that.
I'll have that.
Okay. I only have 4, guys. I only have 4. Where's yours? Miguel, do you need one?
Jeremy is right. I figured it out.
Are you prepared?
Yes, I'm finally prepared. I prepared all my.
Good job. Now, pull up your laptop.
After you're done with the warm-up quiz, I'm actually going to collect all those warm-ups. I'm going to recycle them. I'm not going to need them anymore because when I come back on Tuesday, we're going to start with new 60.
To stay Gatorade.
Oh.
Have this one.
I think I remember you having that.
Minecraft mode. It was in my goodie bag. Yeah, my goodie bag that Jackson's mom gave me.
There's so many bags like that.
How many tax?
Bags. I have like a billion snacks now.
It was playing Minecraft. You should have seen my goodie basket.
Alright, you all got 1 minute, guys. 1 more minute.
Like a laundry basket.
Or fire protection.
Hey, you want to hear a funny joke?
Yes.
Here we go. So, listen. So, this guy walks up to another guy at a bar. Okay. Why are jokes are always
At the bar.
yeah.
Why not?
Anyway, so a guy walks up to another guy at a bar, and he says, "Hey." He walks up to another guy. He's like, "Hey, I bet you $500 that you can stand 10 feet away and hold a cup, and I can pee in it without spilling a drop."
What the heck?
Okay,
So again, so listen. So the guy says, "Hey, I'll give you $500, basically, if you think I can't pee in that cup without spilling 1 drop." The guy's like, "You can't spill 1 drop?" The guy's like, "Nope." He's like, "You're on." So the guy takes the cup, walks 10 feet away, standing there like this. The other guy starts peeing. Okay, now
So he saw his pee-pee?
he pees.
Wait, what the heck?
So he pees, the guy who made the bet, right? He's peeing all over the guy. Anywhere but the cup. Okay? So he just sitting there peeing all over the guy, and the guy's just sitting there, and he's sitting there like, after he realizes that he's about to get paid $500, he's just laughing like, oh my God, this guy's terrible. But he's getting peed all over the place. Not 1 drop got in that cup. So the guy stops peeing, he walks over there, and he's like, "All right, man, $500. He's like, "No problem." Give him $500. The guy just, he just gave $500, and the guy starts laughing. The guy's like, "Dude, you just lost the bet. And you lost $500. Why are you laughing?" He goes, "I just bet these guys $1,000. I could pee all over you, make you laugh."
OMG!
Alright, Joe, do you get it?
Oh, yeah, I get it actually.
Joel.
What?
There's a joke.
Alright, go.
So a horse walks into a bar,
Like, a horse walks into a bar. Is that what you said?
and he
A horse?
and then he passes out
Okay.
because he hit his head on a bar.
Oh, I think I get it.
A horse walked into a bar
Oh,
and fell
like
over.
actual bar. I get it. That's funny. Not an actual like restaurant bar, but an actual bar. I got another joke. We're gonna get started. Y'all ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. So this guy, blind. There's a blind person. Blind guy. And you know what a seeing eye dog is?
Yeah.
Okay, so the guy's walking. Jessica, are you on your phone? Put it away. So there's a blind guy with a seeing eye dog. You know what a seeing eye dog, right? They kind of guide you around. Seeing eye dog. And he walks into a movie theater and he stops in the lobby. And he just stops right in the middle of the lobby and he picks up his dog by the leash. And he starts swinging it around.
The dog?
What the hell?
He starts swinging around, and of course everybody's like horrified, like, oh my God, you know? And then he stops, sets the dog down, and everyone runs over like, dude, what were you doing? He's like, I was just looking around. You get it? I told that joke to my fourth period, and just like, crickets. Like they didn't get it.
I like that one. That one was funny, I like that one.
Mr. Smiley?
That's a new stopper.
Okay. Why is Peter Pan always lying?
Why?
He never lands.
It's like right in my arm.
Alright, girls, go back to your seats. Cassidy, Abigail, go. Guys, this is an individual assignment, which means you're doing it on your own, no cheating.
What kind of shoes do kids have wear?
Abigail, Cassidy, hello, am I speaking Greek? Go.
Stop being dirty. What did he say?
Hey, I got one more joke. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. And one more joke, then we're gonna start.
You want to see how I can
Turn my computer, I'm gonna die.
No. Alright, you ready? Here we go. Cassidy, go. Abigail, go. Siéntate, por favor, come on. Are you ready for this joke? Alright. It's a real fast joke. You may have heard this one. So there's a family of tomatoes. A mama tomato, a papa tomato, and a little baby tomato. And they're walking down the street. Okay? And the baby tomato starts to kind of lag behind. And so the papa tomato gets real angry. And he walks back there and squishes the baby tomato. And says, catch up.
Oh, I get it because his tomatoes are ketchup. Oh my god.
Yes, quick.
What do you call a bear with no teeth?
What?
A gummy bear.
Alright. Okay, guys.
You did it
Why
because
the
he has
long
no
face?
teeth, so you're gonna go.
Alright. The assignment has been posted. Go. It's in Google Classroom.
What?
Hey guys, let's go. This is an individual assignment. Nicholas. Guys, no talking. This is on you. One second here. So there is a question. There's a question. I think it's what was the answer for the question on the one for October 5th, I think. It actually asks, what were the answers? What does that mean? There's more than one. Now, this is the problem though. For some reason, when I set this up, it's not allowing you guys to select more than one. So, as long as you did the warm-up for that day, if you select one of those correct answers, you should be fine. Does everybody understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Oh.
Where's the 29?
In the back of the fridge.
I don't have that.
An individual assignment, guys.
Oh, wait, I have to look at the
That's why I told you over and over again to copy the question and the answer every day, guys. Every day, the date, question, the answer, the whole thing. When you're finished, submit it, and then close your laptop, and I will come collect your warm-ups. I just told you that, remember? Yes. I told y'all, there's two answers for October 5th. It's only gonna allow you to select one. So as long as you select one of those correct answers, you're fine.
Oh.
I tried to do it towards two, but it wouldn't set up like that. There was. Does everybody have no warrant for October 19th? Oh, you know why? I think this class had. Yeah, no, there's something happened. I was right. This is the only class that did. Okay, you're right.
What's the answer?
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Oh, perfect. You're not for that.
That's the only one that should be like that, though. October 19th.
Yeah, October 19th.
What was it? It says what was the question?
Yes.
It was which of these formulas contains equal numbers of nitrogen atoms? I forgot. I think something happened that day. Maybe that was the
Of
fire
nitrogen
drill.
atoms?
Oh.
I think that may be the fire drill. So again, one more time. The question for the warm-up on October 19th, we didn't have that. Or I forgot, I'll have to look back for why y'all weren't here. The answer was, what was the correct amount of atoms for nitrogen? That's the correct answer. Dang it, that annoys me.
No, how did I get
That's
some?
gonna bother me why y'all weren't here that day. What was October 19th?
I got 90.
October 19th.
Oh my goodness. I know what I did wrong.
Oh, that's, you know why? Because that was the day I was out that afternoon, that's what it was. Yes, ma'am. Huh?
So I got 100.
Sorry.
I know, I have the answer too. I know it wrong.
Okay, again, guys, once you finish, close your laptops. If you borrowed one of mine, put it up. I'm gonna come by and collect your warm-up. If you're done.
Alright.
I'm going to read it.
Should be an easy 100 for everybody.
It should have been, but I clicked the wrong thing.
Oh,
I know. I clicked the
Alright, give me a warm-up, close your laptop.
You know better than that. You get a 100.
Okay. Is everybody done? Who got hundreds? Oh, wait. We still have people doing If you borrow one of mine, notebooks. Did y'all do these?
Yes, yes, yes.
Alex, did we get to this?
Yeah.
Did we label it?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Get it out. Get it out right now. Right now. Help me out.
Sir, can I pick up?
Get it out. If you don't have it, let me know. You need it. No, not yet. Alright, guys, we are a little behind here, so we kind of have to play a little catch up. So we do have to play a little bit of catch up here. So we are going to do something quick, but it's super important. Y'all need to know what it is. Did we label this? Okay. Alright, so here we go. We haven't put it in though yet, right?
No.
Alright. So, open up your notebooks because we're going to glue it in here in a second. We're on. You know that?
What is that, sir?
That was the who's in math or science advisory today?
Oh, me? I saw that one.
Y'all should have done this.
Oh, I got that wrong.
Oh my God, I got all of them right.
Okay. If you can do this, listen. If you can do this, then you should be good to go. Legacy, calm down, please, guys. If you can do this, guys, you should be on the right track. If you're struggling with this is the counting Adam stuff, then that's where y'all need to come in for tutoring. Okay? Now, there's something we have not really talked much about. That's what we're going to do today. So, you are going to need to open up your notebooks. We are going to talk about some stuff. It's going to be new. We're going to go through it rather quickly because we don't really have a lot of time. But next week, we're going to spend all week doing it. So, this is actually one of the more interesting things that I teach, and I like it. Okay? So, open up your notebooks. The title of this little section of notes is The Law of Conservation of Mass. Now, this is super important, guys, because this is basically the essence of all chemistry, guys. This is like the foundation, okay? So that's what we're going to be learning starting today and into next week, okay? Now again, y'all should have these. We talked a little bit about the other day, okay? Now, the law of conservation of mass. This is a foundational law of chemistry, if not the foundational law of chemistry. So, what this states is that mass is neither gained nor lost during a chemical reaction. Now, what that means is, wow, I spelled neither wrong. That's ugly. Sorry. Yeah, I spelled it N-E-I. Sorry about that. Neither gain nor loss during a chemical reaction. Now, what that means is the atoms are always going to be the same. So if you did this, you did the counting of the atoms, that's why they have to equal each other. Sorry. Okay? Now, what this actually means is that mass of the reactants has to equal the mass of the reactants. Now, if you remember, guys, this we did the other day. Okay? The left side, remember, this is the chemical equation. You know that because of this right here. This tells you that a chemical reaction has occurred. So this right here, the left side are your reactants, which are kind of like the beginning ingredients. A chemical reaction occurs, and then you get the final product. Remember the cookies that we keep on talking about? Okay, the final product is when you take the cookies out of the oven and you're ready to eat them. That's it. It's done. Okay? This side has got to always equal this side. Remember we talked about balancing equations or balanced equations? It's the same thing. So what this means is the mass of the product, is it?
Yeah, because of your pen.
Don't have to spend this up.
It's to
Yeah, I like your pen.
Is that dope?
Whoa, take a little mop.
Is that dope? No.
What the hell?
It does kind of on your brain. That's funny. The mass of the mass of the products
Come on, you write slow.
has to equal the mass of the reactants.
Oh my God.
Okay? Now, again, that's the super important part that y'all need to know, because it's got to equal. That's why when I taught you guys how to count atoms, yes, that's important to know, but the atoms represent mass. Okay? Okay. We got this? Now, I'm going to write out a real quick equation. So, here we go. 2H2 plus O2 yields.
Do I write that?
Yep. 2. Yes, you do, guys. 2H2O. Okay, that is a example of just a basic equation. Now, everything we have learned about atoms and everything, valence electrons, reactivity, the elements of the periodic table, how they're arranged, the parts of the atom, all that stuff, guys, has now culminated into where we are now. This right here is chemistry. That's why we did all that first. You had to know about all that before you got to this. Okay? This is the important part. Well, it's all important, but this is the real important. This is the intro to chemistry. So, what you're actually looking at, guys, is, again, I think y'all probably maybe remember this when we first started talking about this. Guys, this is a formula for something. Everything in the universe, no matter what it is, how big or small, has parts to it, ingredients. Okay? I keep thinking about the cookie recipe. But that's true. Everything in existence is made of a combination of those. What are those? Those are elements. The known elements of the universe, guys, is what makes up everything. From the stars in the sky to you sitting right here, to the air you're breathing. That's what chemistry is. It's a combination of all this stuff mixed together to create everything. Okay? Now, what's really cool about this is that matter, it actually, well, okay. Sometimes it can be referred to as mass or matter. Okay? Matter cannot be created nor destroyed. Or mass cannot be. It's the same thing. Okay? What that means is nothing during a chemical reaction, guys, nothing is changing but the actual arrangement. So look up here real quick. Do y'all see how you have 2H2 plus O2 yields 2H2O? Does this look exactly like that? No, it doesn't. But does it still have the same elements and atoms? Yes, it does. All this is showing you, just if y'all remember when we were doing the lab this week, anytime you have a chemical reaction, what is created? A new substance, no matter what chemical reaction it is. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's baking soda and vinegar, if it's hydrogen and helium that's fusing together to create sunlight or energy. Anytime you're dealing with a chemical reaction, guys, you're dealing with a new substance that is being created using the same stuff. Now, think about this. These are our cookies, our ingredients. Sugar, flour, eggs, butter, all that stuff. You mix it together, you bake it, and then you're done, you have a cookie. Now, if this is the same thing, all the atoms that you started with should still be there, shouldn't they? Okay? Have y'all ever have y'all ever heard of a controlled environment or a closed system? Okay, y'all know what a terrarium is? What's a terrarium? It's like a miniature, little ecosystem. Now, this is what's really cool about terrariums. I have seen some YouTube footage where there's people out there that have had terrariums that have been completely uninterrupted for 30 years. It's like its own little ecosystem, completely sealed off. Well, if you think about it, the Earth is a completely closed system. Did y'all know that? Mm-hmm. Everything on planet Earth, guys, all the elements that we know of, the mountains, the oceans, the rivers, everything is in a closed system because of gravity and because of our atmosphere. Nothing is floating away, is what I'm trying to say. Okay? What's interesting about that is, though, because of the law of conservation of mass, which means matter is not created nor destroyed, which means the elements that have been here since the beginning of the Earth are still here, and they are going to be here forever and ever and ever, because they're not going anywhere. Okay? The only way that they would actually be jettisoned from the Earth's surface if there's a massive impact, right? If some huge asteroid or another planet or a moon were to collide with Earth, that would probably cause enough energy to actually spew some of the stuff on Earth out into the atmosphere. But other than that, everything's locked in here, not going anywhere. Okay? So again, the oxygen you're breathing is the same oxygen that the dinosaurs are breathing. How do we know that? Because of the law of conservation of mass. There are no more molecules of oxygen being created. Does that make sense? There isn't. It's here. 2 minutes after the Big Bang Theory, or the Big Bang, is when we got hydrogen. About 4 minutes, we got helium, and then everything started getting heavier and heavier and heavier after that. Are hydrogen and helium the two lightest elements? Yeah. They are. Helium's got one AMU, and then hydrogen's got 1 AMU, and I think helium's got 4, right? After that, what happens as you go down the periodic table? The mass gets more and more and more and more and more, which means the heavier the elements, the newer they were created. Does that make sense, kind of? So that's why remember I said hydrogen is the #1 most abundant element? Because it was first created. Okay? We good here? Alright, so this is what this means. This is what you guys are going to need to practice with. It's really not that hard. So, let's say that this molecule right here, this 2H2, let's say that had a mass, 5 grams. Okay? And let's say this...
Can you write that down?
Yes. And let's say this O2 molecule had a mass of, 10. Now, if you remember what I just tried you guys to write down, the mass of the products, which is right here, these are the products, I'm just going to put a P, these are the reactants. The mass of the products has to equal the mass of the reactants. Well, what's the mass of the reactants, guys? 15. You take 5 plus 10 is 15, right? So that means, what does the mass of this have to equal? 15. Does that equal? Yeah. Yes, it does. So that would be a balanced equation. Y'all see that? Yeah. Now, of course, what did I tell y'all? The atoms are what represent the mass. What did I say? If y'all were off by 1 atom, what does that mean? It's not balanced. And the reason why that is because if you're off by 1 atom, that means the mass is off by 1 atom. Y'all see that? That can't happen. All right? That can't happen. Now, when y'all get into real chemistry, your sophomore year in high school, you're probably going to learn how to balance equations. All you need to know for 8th grade is you need to be able to recognize if they are balanced. If they're balanced, great. You don't have to do anything else. When you get to chemistry in high school, though, you will actually learn how to balance equations, and it is kind of challenging. Okay? So, how do we feel about this? Is this very difficult? No. This almost, well, let me actually do this. What if you didn't know, say, let's say you didn't know the mass of the O2 atom. Let's say you didn't know that. But you knew that this was 5 and this was 15. How would you find that missing amount? You would subtract the missing, you would subtract what you got. 15 minus 5 is 10. Y'all remember how I taught you how to find neutrons? You take the mass and you subtract the what? The atomic number of the protons, that gives you neutrons. It's almost the exact same thing. You're just subtracting to find that missing amount. Is that very difficult? No. The only differences between this is just an example, obviously super easy, is the way you're going to see that probably on STAR or any other exam that we take on this later in the year, they have it in decimals, just to kind of throw you off a little bit. But other than that, it's the same thing. Cool? Do you have any questions? Does anybody have anything they want to say? Does anybody have any good jokes?
Smiley,
Yes.
what's that little white paper up?
Oh yes, sorry, y'all have go ahead.
You want a joke?
All right, I'm kidding. Hold on, we got some work to do.
Exactly. So,
There you go. All right, so we're gonna do some practice real quick. Again, we are a little bit behind. That's okay. Don't be silly. So we're gonna do some practice, starting with this. We're probably not gonna get finished with it because we only have about 10 minutes left. Oh my God. Time flies when you're having fun.
I'm not having
Oh,
fun.
class?
I'm having a blast.
Time flies.
Oh,
10 minutes, guys.
oh my God, that went by so fast.
I know. I'm saying, time flies when you're having fun. What?
Remember we did it in 9:30?
No.
Who?
No, it's not.
Do you have a
It's a
problem
different
with
picture.
how I act? That's the exact thing. Well, leave then. You have a problem with something. God. But Jesse
I don't
said,
have a problem with it.
shut up, we cannot say something.
Sir, what's the it's all
Where's
So here we go.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know the number of the month?
Hey, I got confused.
Today is the 28th.
There's only 15. I saw a bunch of numbers.
All right, look up here. I'm going to kind of get y'all started with this.
That was lucky.
So look. So you have a word bank. They should be fairly easy, but there is one on here that I already filled in for you. Now, remember I was mentioning the closed system, like the terrarium, Earth? So it says, it is best to observe the law of conservation of mass in a closed system. So it's right there, so you can scratch that out.
Thanks.
All the other ones you can probably do on your own. Okay? Now, again, the reason why it says closed system is because, well, again, it's hard. This is what a lot of students have a hard time trying to think about is, well, how can you sit there and say that matter cannot be created or destroyed, but yet you can sit there and watch a campfire burn and consume, 20 different pieces of wood and there's nothing left? Well, where did it all go?
in the ground.
It's still there, exactly. Where did it go, though?
In the sky.
So, let me tell y'all something. Imagine this. So while y'all are figuring this out, I want y'all to hear this little story.
Yeah.
I want y'all to imagine that this classroom
Yeah.
is completely, imagine there's nobody in here. It's just empty. And imagine this classroom is 100% completely sealed, which means nothing that's inside of this classroom can get out. Does that make sense?
We get filled with oxygen and then we all die.
No,
There's no
that's what I'm saying. Nobody's in here. So that's what a closed system is. Listen, so imagine we did it. So imagine we had this closed, 100% closed in this room, 100% closed, nothing's getting out.
Yeah.
And then we put 50 pounds of wood in the middle, we light the fire, and we let it burn for several hours.
What?
What's going to be left?
No.
So again, nothing can get out, right? So that means, obviously, everything that's left after anything burns, we would have a pile of ashes, but would we have 50 pounds of piled ashes? No. So then where would all the weight go?
It evaporated.
So, y'all remember doing the evidences of chemical reactions? That means the fire, the mass, the original mass of all the wood, it converted, again, changed during a chemical reaction into smoke or gas, and we lost a lot of it with heat, light, temperature change, odor, all those evidences That's where the mass went. Isn't that crazy? So if we were to technically weigh that room, it would weigh the exact same as it did before the fire. Does that make sense? All right, go ahead and go. Start this. Fill in the blanks. No, the first one is the law of what? The law of conservation. The law of atoms? I guess I misunderstood you. No. It's the law we just wrote down, guys. The law of conservation of mass states that matter cannot be created nor destroyed, only transferred, right? You're basically just moving the atoms around, right? You're still using the same number of iron atoms or water or whatever, or hydrogen. It's just being moved around.
That matter is what?
Matter cannot be, just like created nor destroyed. All the matter, guys, this is what's hard for y'all to understand or believe, however you want to put it. Guys, all the matter in the universe was created within seconds or minutes after the Big Bang. And all that matter that we have now was already there, it just got spread out all over the universe. At least that's the theory, right? It's kind of cool.
That matter cannot be created.
That's what the law of conservation of mass states. So if you have that in your brain, all the molecules, all the elements that have ever existed on planet Earth have been here since the Earth was actually created 4.5 billion years ago. Have you ever heard the phrase that we're all made of star stuff?
Yeah, Stardust.
Stardust, star stuff. Well, Carl Sagan said star stuff, but yeah, that's true. All the elements that make up your body, guys, the chemistry that make you
I'm a star.
no, but you were created from the death of stars, which is amazing to think about.
Wait,
Yes.
does that mean I'm a star's son?
No, that means that the same elements that make up your body.
He was just trying to make a joke.
What was it?
I think it's me right now, but I'm not going
Good, I
to.
appreciate that.
Yes, because I'm not a
You're a baddie.
Oh, whoa!
Does that have like a different meaning? Because every time I say that to somebody, I'm like,
I'm a
whoa.
baddie.
Did you call us the mother?
What does a baddie mean? You're what?
So fine.
Oh. No, that's not what I thought baddie meant like you're like a bad person.
Bad girl.
Who's a baddie? Yeah, who we call a baddie?
I thought baddie meant my daughter was baddie because she plays Roblox.
So do you.
I know,
No, but she's not chatting. But she told me that like a bad guy. Like she's running from the bad guy, she calls him a baddie. A baddie means like you're as a compliment.
No, it means.
What?
That's a really good compliment. If someone's
Oh my
like,
gosh,
it makes you hot.
Such a baddie.
I've been calling guys baddies all.
Holy guys.
I thought it meant like you were like a bad guy, like a bad person.
I've been calling guys.
Yikes.
I know my son called him a baddie.
I remember. They reacted just like y'all did. That's why I was like, wait a second, does that mean something that I don't know what it means? And it obviously does. Dang it. Oh god.
Oh, God.
Well, doesn't it
Why'd you kill your pet?
make more sense?
Of course, I mean,
Yeah, Bonds when it's a bad person. Guys, you have 3 minutes. Let's go. On the Now I know. I'm never calling someone a baddie ever again. Ever.
It was funny about last year.
Well, I'm glad y'all.
Dude, I might get a headshot today.
All right, put up your stuff. We'll finish this on
Take this.
That's great. You should be
Why? Sorry, he said no. Where'd you tell her?
She did tell me. She just threw it out.
Well, I'm glad I got all those at the end. Now I got
It smells like strawberry jam.
put ammonia.
Be safe this weekend. Let us go. Bye.
Bye. Why are you gonna be following me?
My favorite. Oh, shit! What? Hi.
What are we doing for him?
Oh, no, you didn't.
Get your calculator? No.
Get a laptop. Whoever needs the laptop.
Guys, that's a sitting assignment. Try to find it. All these rows. This is why. You're talking to your nose, but
Take out your laptop. Take out your laptop. Take out your laptop. Quickly.
Throw addictions away.
You should have your laptop. You should have your calculator. No. Row 3, German, read 1, 2, 3. 3. Alex, row 2, Ernest, 1. Let's go, guys.
That's the laptop. Seating chart is on the board. Row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. Log into College Board. Okay? I know some of y'all have not created an account. That's why I'm here to help. So, log into College Board. For those of y'all that already know.
We don't need any classes.
Okay, come over here and I'll check that out. Anyone else need a laptop? Okay, so log on to College Board. Today you will be doing your performance task. Performance task. Some of y'all are going to have two items to select. One of them is called a learning checkpoint. You're not doing that one right now. You're doing what's called the performance task. Okay? I don't know how many of y'all were in the previous advisory, but some of y'all already did the one test. Now we're doing the other one. Again, by successfully completing these tests, you will get 5 points added to your average when you go to high school. If you pass the class, right? So if you say your average is a 70, you're gonna get a 75. Your average is an 80, 85, so on and so forth. So that's what this College Board is. It's not necessarily what's going in the grade book for your grade. It's to get those 5 extra points added to your average as long as you pass the class. So you can't make a 65 in the class and raise it up to a 70. It doesn't work that way. You have to pass the class to get the 5 points, and you have to take these 8 tests. So far, some of y'all have already taken one test. This will be the second test. For those of y'all that haven't taken any tests, you're taking your first one today. The next one will be next week in advisory. Okay? So everyone needs to log into College Board. Again, if you have not created an account, if you haven't joined the class, that's what I'm here to help with. You're doing what's called the performance task. Performance task. Right on the board. Your code is 6JR9QE. It's called the performance test. This test is on paper and graph paper. Everyone will be getting graph paper. Everyone will be getting a loose leaf notebook paper. There's going to be a part of this test where you have to graph something. That's what the graph paper is for. And there's another part where you have to analyze. Logged in, we'll click on my A3 classroom, and that's real cool. Yes. If you get to it, it'll be like the table.
Esquivel is here?
No.
No? Okay.
Jeanette? No. Make sure y'all write your names on the papers. The papers will be turned in. Make sure you put your name on the paper.
My understanding was the pictures were not supposed to happen until the end. What is the story? That was my understanding. Let me know. I think that's the rest of it. Mr. Pettis? Mr. Pettis is next door.
Oh.
What Mr. Pettis are you talking about? Always in different leagues. The picture after each one, according to Mr. Pettis, right? After each one.
You have.
Oh, Miss, let's take a picture.
Whatever the instructions tell you. David, please don't take long. This mess is very important. you want it?
I think so.
What would you want? Your turn. Huh? Yeah, you're done. Huh? Yes, and I need your name on the papers, both of them, and those you turn in. Remember all A, B, C, D, E, F, what happened? You done? No. Can you? Just take the office. No, with a pen on your computer. Done? Name on both papers, please. If you're finished, she says to work on missing assignments. Did you finish yesterday's assignment? The perpendicular parallel? Both papers. Missing assignments. Yesterday, come over here. This one. You can use your notes on that.
Got it.
I'm gonna come by and pick up your paper, please make sure your name is on it. And if you were finished, you need to let me know, cause I'm gonna separate the papers.
Yes, if we're not done, we submit it still.
Huh?
If we're not done, we still submit it.
Yes, no, you said give me your paper. What do you need to do with the computer? You cannot submit it, right?
Well, what if it doesn't say?
What does it say?
You press the X.
What do you do?
I'll see if I remember, mijo, 'cause I gotta get everything else ready for the next class.
You can, once I pick up your paper, you can put your calculator up, please return to school's computer. To this desk right here in the middle. If you got a computer from Mr. Perez, please put it right behind. Leticia, right here, on the desk. I okay, I have everybody's paper. Put the computer right here. I need to check it in. Devin, did you have one or two papers?
Yuck, yuck.
Nope. No, we haven't done that. I skipped that.